Well, hi everyone, Mike Shearer here. A few weeks ago I decided that I would get into motor vlogging. Uh, I look at quite a few and watch quite a few vlog videos on the internet and thought, well, there's really nothing that I like that comes from this side of the world, so I thought I'd have a go. Now, my first attempt is a bit rough because my new camera arrived, but the microphone I had, which I was planning to use, doesn't work. So I've ordered a new microphone, but it hasn't arrived yet. But I did want to record this trip I did this weekend because it's the last time that I'll be doing this trip on the bike, I think. I've been doing this trip now every weekend, almost every weekend anyway, for the last 18 months. And my partner and I are selling our house in Taupo now and moving the family to Papamoa, which was the starting point for this video. So I'm not likely to be going to Taupo anytime soon on the bike. So this is my recording now. It took me about an hour and 50 minutes for the trip. On a good day I can do it in an hour and 45, but the weather conditions got progressively worse and worse on this trip, so it took me a bit longer. But anyway, because I didn't have my microphone plugged in and I forgot to turn off the internal microphone, we've got a bit of wind noise. I've tried to turn that down a bit and just leave it going a little bit so you can get a bit of an effect. But other than that, I hope you enjoy it. The bike is my 2014 model. No, sorry, it's not actually. It's a 2013 model Kawasaki KLR 650. I've done a few little extra things to it. The best thing that I like about it is I've put a bigger 16-tooth front sprocket on it, so it doesn't vibrate as much at higher speeds, and it's much nicer on the road. It handles better on the road. A few other bits and pieces you'll see my iPhone mounted on there. I also use that as my GPS. I have an independent GPS receiver that I link to the phone, so it works exactly like any normal GPS would. Even has route tracking as well, so I can record the route if I ever need to use it again or show it to someone online. What else have I done? It's got aftermarket handlebars because I bent the first set and I crashed it one day. Aftermarket handguards, the originals weren't strong enough. They were basically wind deflectors, but were no good in the event of a crash or for going off road. So I've put on these Turbis or Chirby or Serbi, whatever you call them, branded handguards so that they protect the levers if I fall over. I actually bent the clutch lever on an off-road adventure ride one day. Didn't break, but if I hadn't have had the handguards on it would have done so. Quite pleased about that. So this route takes us from Papamoa, which you saw at the start of the video, and now we're just cruising through the small country town of Tipuki, just a little way south of Papamoa. And the route as it goes, I'll stop talking shortly and you'll be able to watch it, but see that guy in the wheelchair nearly got run over by that. He was sitting there for a couple of minutes waiting. I saw him from way back. All the cars just kept zooming past, and he's on a pedestrian crossing. They should stop. Anyway, he's across now. There's a new highway being built from Papamoa to this place called Papamoa. This is just the end of it, or the start of it, whichever way you want to look at it. It's going to be a toll road. It's going to open this month, so all the locals are looking forward very much to that. It'll cut about 15 minutes off the travel time from here into the city of Tauranga. We go down. My route goes down through the city of Rotorua, which many overseas people would have heard about. Rotorua is a tourist destination here. Lots of tourists go there all the time. Lots of geothermal activity there, but that's what attracts the tourists. So we'll go down there. The weather, looking ahead, you can't quite see it in this shot, but the weather is getting progressively worse. It's getting colder, and very shortly it'll start to rain, and then it just gets wetter and wetter and wetter. Here it is just starting to rain now. This is the section of road, we call it it's just the Rotorua Road. It goes from Tauranga to Rotorua. It's currently the main highway. It's it's not a very good road. It's this section that you can see here is the only section of this whole road where you can pass safely. It's used by a lot of trucks, particularly logging trucks, because they all go from the central North Island to the port of Tauranga, and this is the only road, well, one of them, I should say, one of the main links to the port, so you get a lot of heavy traffic on this road. This little car just annoyed me because she was going so slow. Now you see my little wiggle when I crossed that white line there. It was really slippery. Roadworks. That guy was going too slow, so he slowed down. Thought he had to stop, and the sign clearly said go, so I just shot past him there. This is coming into Rotorua. This is Rotorua Airport. It's right beside the Lake Rotorua. So this is the main way in from Eastern Bay of Plenty and Western Bay of Plenty. You can see up ahead those black clouds. It's going to get very wet very soon, I think. It doesn't look very inviting. That where those clouds are is exactly where I'm heading. We're tracking pretty much directly south. So the further we go south, the colder it gets, and the higher it gets. At the moment, I've climbed to 600 feet above sea level. We started from zero. We're now at Rotorua's 600 feet above sea level at the airport. We're heading to Taupo, and I know Taupo Airport is 1,200 feet above sea level, so we've got 600 feet left to climb. And you really notice the temperature drop from here to Taupo. It just gets really cold very quickly. I forgot to mention, I've got a big box on the back of the bike. You won't be able to see it probably, but if you look in my right-hand mirror there, you might be able to just see the edge of the box past my elbow. And every now and again you'll see a little white nose stick out. It's my little dog. She comes with me everywhere I go on the bike, well, almost everywhere I go. And she sits in her little box. She's got a pillow and a blanket there to keep her warm, and she's got a little hole in the side. She can just get her head and nose out to see where we're going from time to time. She knows the road very well now. We've done it so often. But she always sticks her head out just to make sure we're in the right place at the right time, and she knows when to poke her head out when we slow down, because she doesn't like it. Anything over 70 km she doesn't like it, it's too cold. But if we go slower than that, she has a look. Policeman there. Now we're just coming into a little country town called Reparoa. Reparoa is mainly dairy industry, keeps Reparoa alive. It just services local dairy farmers around here. At this stage we're only 45 k's out of Taupo. A lot of police around. I don't know what's going on, but there's a guy there and a guy on the other side of town as well, or the village I should say. We're just stopping here because I noticed that I had my jacket unzipped because I was quite warm before, and I forgot I had it unzipped, and I just suddenly started to get very cold and damp, and the rain was coming through straight onto my chest. It was because I didn't have my bloody jacket done up properly. So I had to stop here to fix it up, and while I was stopped, I just made sure I checked my phone for messages. I've got it linked by Bluetooth to my helmet anyway, so I can pick up phone calls, but just like to have a check to see if there's any emails since I've stopped, texts and things. And I also listen to online radio while I'm cruising along. So just every now and again loses the Bluetooth connection, so you just have to make sure you give it a click the button and reconnect so you can listen to the radio while I'm riding. A lot of people don't like listening to the radio on the bike, but I don't find it distracting, and on long boring drives like this, we're doing it every weekend. It's very much a commute for me every weekend. So I like to listen to the radio, keep up with what's going on. And as you can see now, the rain's getting very wet, very heavy, and it was very windy at this stage. But we're just arriving in Taupo now. We're just going underneath the main road, the bypass road that goes around Taupo Township, but we're going into the town, approaching from the north. We've just, after we left Reparara, we came through another little settlement called Broadlands, and then here we are now in in Taupo. So that's my trip, almost a 2-hour trip condensed into 13 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. This is my first attempt at vlogging. As soon as I get my microphone connected, when it arrives, I'll connect to the camera and I'll be able to give a commentary from the bike rather than doing this narration over top of the video. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I'll look forward to talking to you again next time. So bye for now. Well, here we are, just arriving home. Now, when I got home, I looked at the camera and noticed it had shut itself off, and I was pissed off and didn't know how far it recorded. But in actual fact, where the video stops is almost right outside our front gate, so it all worked out really well. What happened was the card got filled up. I only got a 16 gig card, so it filled it up. So that's what it was. So here we are. Just a little bit further down the street is our house, and won't be for much longer. Get it sold and get all moved up to Papamoa, and I'll start doing a lot more vlogs for you to enjoy. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to click my link in the description down below. Thanks for that. See you now. Bye.